From the summer nights to the pouring rain, and shed a drink or two with a hurricane. I'll never forget those nights you said this was forever. I can't believe the last 10 years, a couple broken hearts and a burned out fear of the unknown. But we can sleep on the train ride home. But I found peace in the storm of the London sky. And all I ever wanted was to feel alive. For the first time I spent my...
Welcome to WhiskeyOval_TV, back with the Midget Dirt Racing here at Cedar Lake Speedway, one of the newer racetracks here on the iRacing platform. Today I got a guy in the booth today with Bert. What's up, man?
What's going on, Jake? How you doing, there, buddy?
Pretty good, man. For a Tuesday, I'm doing fairly good.
Getting through the week, just rolling through the week, and what a better way to break up the week than have some midgets at Cedar Lake, Wisconsin tonight. As you said, one of the newer tracks on the iRacing server, and you know, we're getting towards the end of the season one here, so I'm sure new tracks will be out of here. But Cedar Lake, always a fun racetrack to be at here. And this is the first time I actually get to see midgets at this place. It should be very interesting to see how these things react.
Lots of entries here tonight too, man. 15 drivers have already qualified. More guys still out there. I believe we have just shy over 20 plus machines right now here at Cedar Lake. But how they're going to react, that thing is going to change all night long. Very dramatically too. When the track is extremely tacky, I think the bottom side, I actually jumped into a practice session setting up this broadcast, working on some cameras, and a lot of guys, there was about 10 of them in a practice session. They've all jumped over here to this race. Looked like the middle side, whenever the track was getting pretty slicked up, looked like the middle side was going to be the fast way to go. We'll see if this session kind of plays out that way. There was only 10 cars in their little practice session. Right now we have 21 drivers that have qualified, so I don't know exactly how much that will transfer over.
Well, we'll see what it does. Last week when we were at Kokomo for the broadcast we had on here on Whiskey Oval, they really didn't touch the track too much, and the midgets don't tear the track up as much as what we've seen with the 410s. When we did the October broadcast, you know how much it tore the track up and we had to do a reset. Here they didn't tear it up too much, and Kokomo became a really nice racy racetrack. So we'll see what they do here tonight. Cedar Lake, it does have a tendency, as you said, the bottom is a place to be in the heat races. But then as you get further and further on in the races there, that top side, this will get all the way up to the wall there. And that's where it gets very tricky because the top side has a lot of momentum on top of it. But here's the thing, that wall in the back straightaway, that comes out and bites you quick. So you're flirting on a dangerous line right there. If you're running that high side, especially off of turn 2. Turn 4, not as much, but he still can reach out and grab you. But turn 2, that's definitely going to be the place to watch, I think, tonight.
All sorts of storylines could be building. Checker flag's going to wait for that qualifying run. Isaac Soros is going to be the guy on the top of the charts, the only guy that made that .8. Don't know exactly what his first 2 digits were. I already forgot that, but a .8 for Soros. And man, I watched him in the iRacing Championship, the Chili Bowl iRacing Championship, ran an incredible race. I think he was battling it out for second and third place, and last lap just kind of wrong spot, wrong time, and some guy in front of him crashed, and he kind of got wadded up. But man, he's one incredible iRacer when it comes to these little four-cylinder engines.
Yeah, Isaac did very well in our Chili Bowl, the Nationals, when we had them here on the Firm Motorsports. That was a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, he's fun to watch. Last week, you know, Logan Rumsey had a very good run last week, so he'll be one to watch. But we're going to go with Heat 1 here for the Paquet Photography Midget Series here. Isaac scores on the pole of Heat Racer 1. He's your fast qualifier at 13.890, and they'll go to the post like this. Logan Rumsey rolls off second here in this heat race. Trent Wall rolls off third. Aiden Perdue, he'll be fun to watch. He's coming from the 4th spot. Brian Bolito, yeah, that's hopefully Ryan, I got your name right here. He'll be rolling off in the 5th spot. Mason Coffey, Manny Urish, and Jonathan Paquet make up your field. 10 laps of distance. Only 2 are going to the feature tonight. We're going to have 3 heat races and everything from that. will go into the consolation. So, Jake, I think we're ready for some good racing here at Cedar Lake, and yeah, let's get some midgets going here on a Tuesday night, buddy.
As they slowly work down the backstretch, 8 cars, top 2 drivers will be advancing out of this, going straight to the Mac Daddy show. The lights on the pace truck is off. The pace truck is actually already off the racetrack. Isaac, front row. Logan, outside of him. Green flag is going to wave, and we're racing for heat number 1 here at Cedar Lake.
And they're 3 wide in turns 1 and 2 going down the back straightaway. That looks to be Logan Rumsey. He's in the middle of that, along with Trent Wall. He's involved with that. I believe Aiden Perdue, he's making his way up there. Aiden Perdue already up into the 3rd spot as we complete lap number 1.
2 drivers advance, so you got to go, and you got to go extremely quick. And look at Aiden down to the bottom side. He catches a slick a little bit. Now he catches the inside tires. He's going to drop all sorts of spots, but back up front is still Isaac, but Logan Rumsey still trying to put as much pressure as he possibly can on him.
Soares slides up the track, blocks the move by Rumsey. Now Trent Wall is in that 3rd spot. Remember, top 2 are going. We complete lap number 4 now. Here comes Rumsey. He's looking up on the high side. Got a couple cars testing that top side there. Yeah, I believe that's Aiden Perdue. He gets in the wall a little bit now, as it looks like Soares will push up again. Rumsey's going to be right there, but here comes Trent Wall halfway.
Trent Wall slowly creeping into the picture, throwing his hat into the ring. He wants a piece of this action. Halfway home to mama this time by as they wheel and deal down into turns number 3 and 4 down the front chute now. Isaac still trying to protect that bottom side, or yeah, I believe that's Isaac down on the bottom side. Rumsey up on the high side, and we're swapping for the race lead down the back chute into turns 3 and 4. We got a new race leader.
Logan Rumsey takes the race lead now as we complete 6. Rumsey looking up the high side again. He's on down. Here comes Trent Wall. He's looking up on the high side. He's going to try and make the move on Isaac Soares. Isaac Soares on the outside looking in, and Wall and Rumsey are going to pull away with him with about 3 laps to go.
Went from the top spot, the fastest qualifier, led about 5 laps, and then his car is slowly starting to fall back. Now Aiden Perdue trying to put a little pressure on that number 2 machine, and we got one guy upside down. That's going to be Aiden. Out of turn number 4, he's going to flip on his race hood just with about 2 laps to go, but back up front just with Logan and Trent. These 2 guys slowly pulling away, and Isaac trying to hold on to it as a white flag's going to wave.
White flag is out this time by for Logan Rumsey. He's going to try and make a move here to make his way in there. See if Isaac Soares is aiding for Trent Wall, excuse me. And at turn 3 and 4 for the final time, Logan Rumsey wins heat race number 1. Trent Wall will finish 2nd.
Man, what an incredible heat race. 3 wide right off the race bat. We had swap in there for the race lead. The line changed from the bottom there to that middle side. We had one guy fall back to 4th spot. Then he moved himself all the way up into that transfer spot. So a very racy racetrack quite early on.
Absolutely. So heat race number 1 looks like this. Logan Rumsey over Trent Wall. Those are your top 2 qualifiers. They'll make their way into tonight's feature event. Isaac Soares riding Call it 2. He'll finish in the 4th spot. Then Manny Irish, Jonathan Paquet, Mason Coffey, and Aiden Perdue will all have to go into consolation events. Heat number 2 looks like this. Your second fast qualifier, Cody Parmalee. We starting off on the pole. He qualified at 13.901. Ethan Yu starts in the 2nd spot. Alex Rupert, a Pennsylvania native, runs 600s out here. He starts in the 3rd spot. Austin Piper, Grayson Noto, Mason Inman, and James Turnbull will make up your field here in heat race number 2. And, you know, and Jake, as we're going to bring in real quick, we'll bring in Logan Rumsey, heat race number 1 winner. And Logan, you know, it seems like you had to do a little bit of driving to get around Isaac there on the high side there. Is the high side there yet, or is it still just starting to work its way in?
I actually think the way top on the fence 1 and 2 is way faster, but it's like really sketchy to run this early in the night, so I was just kind of taking it easy through the middle there, and I was really fast in the middle, so it was working out. And we'll save ripping the top for the feature.
All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Logan Rumsey, heat race number 1 winner. We'll send it back up to Jake.
And here we go. Stacked up, packed up, getting ready to rock and roll. Lights on, pace truck is off. We're going to do this dance one more time. 10 laps, scheduled distance. Top 2 drivers are going to make it straight to the A main. 2 teammates with Cody and Ethan as they round out the 1-2. But into turns now down the back chute now. Austin Piper, Mason Inman, and Alex. That's going to round out your top 5. And as everybody look like they watched heat race number 1, they're already moving up to that middle side.
Yeah, they're going to try the middle, trying to listen and see what Logan Rumsey has there. So Cody Parmalee, Ethan Yu, they're going to be your top 2 right now. Number 2 making it into the feature. You got 3 wide back through the field there. I believe Alex Rupert, he's involved in that there. That's a battle for the 4th, 5th, and 6th spot right now. You can throw a 7th spot in there. Grayson Nodal, he's back there in the 7th spot right now. He had to shuffle all the way back there. But Alex Rupert fell from 3rd all the way back to 6th. Meanwhile, Cody Parmalee, Ethan Yu, as they go complete lap number 4.
One guy that's starting in the dead last spot here in heat race number 2, that is Rico Robles, the number 3 machine, as he tries to work all the way next to the outside wall. He's already moving up fast. He's already moved up 4 spots here in heat race number 2, trying to get some more. Austin Piper right there in front of him. But down the back chute into turns 3 and 4, still Cody and Ethan, the 1-2 teammates.
Keep an eye out here between Ethan Yu and Austin Piper. Piper's been ripping that top side a little bit there. He's got a slider. It looks like Rico Rolls tried to pull a slider on Austin Piper. Not going to be able to do it on it that time around as we come off of turn number 4 again. Piper's right there, Jake. If you make a mistake or that top side gets a little bit cleaned off a little bit better, he's going to be right on the tail tank as we're going to have 3 laps to go at the line.
Last lap times up there on the scoring pylon. Austin ran his quickest lap time last lap. Coming across the race line now, Austin Piper, the fastest driver out there on the racetrack. Still 1 spot shy. He's going to look down to the bottom side, slide job up for the transfer spot. Could not make it. And actually, that might lose him a little bit of speed there. 2 laps to go now.
2 to go now. Here comes Rico Rolls. He's going to close down. We got a 3-car duel for that second and final transfer spot. 3 wide into turn 3 and 4. The high side's hustling for him. Ethan Yu will have it as the white flag is out.
White flag one more time around Cedar Lake. Ethan has it. Does Austin Piper? Does he complete this slide job for the 3rd and final time? Contact into the apex of turns 3 and 4. Ethan spins it. Austin Piper goes from 3rd place to 2nd. He advances into the A main show with a dramatic finish. A little bit of contact coming out of turn 4. And the checker flag is going to wave. We'll see what race controller has to say. Look, for my quick glance, looked pretty clean to me. But, man, that was some extremely tight racing.
Absolutely. I think that was just a racing deal. A slider. You got to try a slider on the last lap, I think, Jake. So I think that was a nice move by Austin. But we'll see what race control has there. A little bit of contact there. You don't want to see that at all. But it does happen here. So Cody Parmalee and Austin Piper for now are your 2 transfers. Rico Rolls, Mason Inman, Alex Rupert, Ethan Yu, Grayson Noel, and James Turnbull will be your cars going into the night's Constellation event. Heat number 3 will be rolling up on the post in just a second. We'll get that to you real quick as we wait for Cody Parmalee. See if he can come up here and get a quick word with us. So Craig Silvey, Darren Stark will be on your front row. Then Trevor Myers, Austin Drukey make up row number 2. Cody Akari makes up row number 3. Alongside him will be Brian Hughes. Trent Cameron will make up your 7th and final starter here. Final heat race of the night here, Jake, for the Paquet Photography Midget Championship. So learn the wording on that, but a fantastic field there. A lot of good drivers here tonight. That's the main thing. There's a lot of good, talented drivers here. I think I saw the iRating for this field was over 3,000. That's a hell of a count for this.
Absolutely. Definitely these midget cars are an absolute handful, but heat race number 3 off to a hot start. And talking about some fast drivers, this heat race is absolutely packed with a lot of drivers that I see. Oh, no, one guy flipping upside down the back chute. That's going to be Trevor, the number 9 machine. He's going to pull off into the infield. He's going to grab a toe, and his heat race is going to be done. So that's going to be Craig and Darren. That's going to be your top 2, your transfer spots right now.
So Craig Silvey will roll on at the lead right now over Darren Stark. Austin Drukey, first car out, looking in. He's getting challenged by Brian Hughes for that 3rd spot. So let's see here. Nice slider by Hughes. Going to try and get around Drukey. He will do that. So Hughes up into the 3rd spot. They got a battle for the lead right now. Silvey and Stark throwing haymakers at each other.
Throwing haymakers, indeed. We swap for just a slight bit. Darren goes next to the outside wall. A big run for the 55 machine. Craig trying to block that slide job and look like it's going to work. He's going to hold on to that race lead down the front chute. They wheel and deal still side by side here into turn number 1 and 2. Stark wants to complete that slide job, but Craig doing a very good job of holding him off right now as they come out of turn 4. Still 1-2.
Great battle between Craig Silby and Darren Stark. Stark goes up on the high side now, going to try and get some momentum going on Craig Silby as they're going to go back into turn 3 and 4 again. Silby's going to rip the whip again, so does Stark. Now, let's see if Stark can pull a slide on. Not going to happen. Silby continues to lead. They get ready to go down the back straightaway, but they have the field cleared by about 7 car lengths.
Yeah, and they're just pulling away from the field right now. These two, the class of this heat race right now. But Stark, don't know if he's just buying his time, trying to set up Craig one more time. We're still got a little bit of racing to go. Only lap 8 of 10 into turns 3 and 4. The flagman waving his 2 sticks. 2 laps to go now.
See what happens between Stark and Silby. See if something can happen with Darren Stark. Going to go down the back straightaway again. Stark's going to try and make a run. Not going to be able. Silby's running that middle pretty good. It's kind of like back what Logan Rumsey said. The middle's there. Top's just not cleaned off just enough yet. Just as I say that, there goes Stark. He's going up on the high side of Silby. Side job for the win. Final lap. Silby's going to turn back on at the line. Craig Silby wins the heat race.
Drag race to the finish line. The checker's going to wave, and indeed, Craig is going to win this thing just by a slight bit, though. The gap, 0.027. That's just how much that number 6 machine did, or I mean, that's how much that 6 machine won by. Darren Stark gave it everything he possibly could coming out of turn 4.
Absolutely. Darren gave it everything he could, but just not enough. But Craig Silby, that's a heat kind of race we're going to see here throughout the rest of the night. That's going to be a lot of fun. So Craig Silby wins over Darren Stark. Those are your 2 transfers. Brian Hughes, Kobe Akari, Trent Cameron, Austin Drucke, and Trevor Myers will all have to go into tonight's consolation events, which are coming up just here in momentarily with your Steve Main. We'll give you that lineup here in just a moment. And we will give that to you right now as Trent Cameron and Jonathan Paquet will make up row number 1. Ethan Yu, Austin Drucke, row number 2. Mason Coffey and Grayson Nodal in row number 3. Trevor Myers, Aiden Purdue, and James Turnbull will round out your field. Top 3 from tonight's C main will make it into tonight's B main. This will be a 10-lap distance. And then a little bit interesting here for your B main, you're taking 12 drivers out of your B main to go into the night's feature event. That'll be 12 laps, but that'll be coming up just after this. So, yeah, we're taking a lot of drivers into this field tonight. So we're not sending many home, but who's going to be going home is definitely going to be a very, very disappointing here. But it's a very, very strong field, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, some of these guys just kind of got the short end of the stick there in their heat race. But, you know, qualifying, it always comes down to qualifying. If you can make a good qualifying run, that just makes your night a whole lot easier. But sometimes you do that and you still just kind of get the short end of the stick. But 9 drivers, and you say the top 3 is going to be advancing, right?
Yes, sir. Top 3 from this, and then top 12 from the B. It just came down from race control.
Lights on the pace truck is off. You got to go this time. You don't want to end your night here in the C main here on a Tuesday night. You definitely want to at least get up to the B main because top 12 drivers out of the B main, that might actually be a little bit easier to advance out of. But here we go, slipping and sliding down in the turn number 1. It's going to be Trent in that purple machine. Ethan, a very fast machine. That was the driver that got the slide job thrown on him there in heat race number 2. Then Jonathan Paquet. He's running out that 3rd place right now.
Yes, Jonathan Paquet. He is one of the sponsors here for the Paquet Midget Series here. We have with the Apex or the Ford Motorsports brand. So we're glad to have him on board. So he's running in that 3rd and final transfer spot. But there's a lot of cars fighting for that now. As we take a look at Trent Cameron and Ethan Yu is Austin Drucke. He's going to move up in that 3rd and final transfer spot right now as Cameron and Yu pull away from Drucke, and you got 3 cars underneath the blanket fighting for 3rd.
Yeah, we just had a swap for the race lead. Ethan grabbed it, and he's going to slowly try to run away with this thing. Trent has no pressure as of right now for that 2nd spot, but Aiden definitely has all sorts of pressure with Austin Drucke right there behind him, and Trevor as well as they go into turns number 1 and 2 here. Halfway home this time, or sorry, that was 3 and 4. 4 laps to go now.
Aiden Purdue coming back from the eighth starting spot. Remember, he had problems in his heat race, so now he's up into the third spot, so he's in the field right now. He's underneath Trent Cameron, trying to get around Cameron for the second spot. He's going to pull a slider on him, go all the way up to the wall. Cameron's going to try and turn it back on him now. Touch the back bumper a little bit. Give Aiden Purdue the second spot.
Aiden Purdue, he just kind of just got that spot so uneasy, slid him, and then Trent looked like he almost just kind of gave it to him, because if you're there in that third spot, I know you're in that last and final transfer spot, but you got a little bit of a cushion all the way back to the fourth spot. Just how hard do you want to race? You know, you make a mistake, and then there goes your night. You do not advance. So 2 laps to go. It's all Ethan and Aiden and Austin. He'll need a little bit of luck. He'll need to find a little bit of speed, as the sand in the hourglass is slowly starting to fade away for this guy.
White flag is down for Ethan Yu. We're going to keep an eye back here on this third spot, though, because Austin Drucke and Trevor Myers have closed in on Trent Cameron. I don't think it's going to be enough, though, as it looks like Drucke is going to try and pull a slider. Nope, not going to be able to do it. Trent Cameron will hold on that third spot, as Ethan Yu will win tonight's C main. Aiden Purdue second, and Trent Cameron in your third and final transfer spot. Trevor Myers, Austin Drucke, Jonathan Paquet, Grayson Nodal, their night is all done.
Man, he tried to throw that slide job, just a last-ditch effort, but he was just a little bit too far back, entering into 3. So C main, that's where their night is going to end. But the B main about to get heated back up. 11 cars. Everyone here will be advancing.
There's everyone advancing, and this will be basically just for seating purposes, I believe. So Isaac Soares and Rico Rolls will be on your front row. Brian Hughes and Ryan Colthew. I'll get that name right sooner or later. Colthew, we'll go with that. Mason Heyman, Kobe Akari, Manny Urish, Alex Rupert, Ethan Yu, Aiden Purdue, and Trent Cameron will make up your field. Again, everyone will qualify for tonight's B main. So you may be asking, well, why are we running the B main? Well, that's for lineup purposes, to get everyone in the proper lineup. So you know, just you can still advance your position here. You can start a little bit better in the feature. Remember, we only took what was it, 6 drivers, I believe, out of our 3 heat races. So, you know, really, you didn't really take many, or excuse me, you only took 9 drivers out of our heat. Wait, did I do that right? Oh, I got basic math wrong. So yeah. Anyway, so you only took 6 drivers out of our 3 heat races. So, really, you know, all 11 guys here, you're going to have a 20 car field tonight. So it's just basically for seating purposes there. So basically, the more you get up there, the better shot you get of trying to get to the front. But if I'm some of these guys here, I might want to hang in the back here. You know, there's going to be calamity in the front, I think, Jake, for a while. So kind of want to hang back, I feel like. And then, you know, maybe start towards the back. May not be a bad idea.
Sometimes I think these guys here in the B main may have a little bit of an advantage when they go into the A main, just because they'll know the track a little bit. They'll know what to feel and what to make on their setup changes as we already go down the back chute and wheel and deal into turns 3 and 4. We're already going to throw slide jobs here for the race lead. Rico tried it. Isaac, he is down there to the bottom side, but remember, Isaac, he was the fastest qualifier here tonight, started on pole, and there he goes. Every time I talk about him, that guy is up into the catch fence. 1, 2, 3, 4 machines flipped upside down right now. No yellow flag here for the B main, so we continue on. Rico is going to be the race leader.
So Rico Robes goes out, takes the early heat race lead. I was going to mention for that wreck there, they were 6 wide at one point there on the back straightaway. So very interesting heat race so far this B main, as we are 4 laps in, still 8 laps to go, and they're still fighting for everyone. Right now, it's Mason Inman battling Rico Robes for the heat, or for the B main, as Rico Robes will take that back and take the lead back.
Mason Inman just kind of trucking down on the bottom side right when I say that he's finally going to slide it up next to the race cushion. But man, he was kind of making some pretty good time till Rico finally got around him, and we have one guy, I thought he was about to spin, never mind. So Mason Inman, he goes up to the top shelf. Aiden, he's going to try to look down there to the middle side in that all green machine. Then you have Ryan rounding out that fourth spot. But all 4 of these guys matching each other's lap times lap after lap.
Yeah, you take a look at this. It's a very tight racetrack, Jake. So I don't think we are going to see too much of a track rework. We may just go right and maybe just go burn it off a little bit we maybe just go right into the feature, I think. So the track looks pretty good, and we got a 35-lap feature tonight, so we'll see what Race Control has to say. But right now, Rico rolls, Mason Inman, Aiden Purdue, Ryan Colthew, Trent Cameron, Manny Urish, and Ethan Yu are your cars on track, your 7 cars. Guys involved in that wreck there on lap number 1 were Alex Rupert, Isaac Soares, Brian Yu, Kobe Akari. Those are your guys going to be starting towards the back of this race. They're going to be a lot of fun to watch, I think, as we're going to have 2 laps to go next time around.
Aiden just put down one extremely hot lap time of 14.3. The race leader ran a 14.5. So the number 37 machine trying to reel him in. The gap is still about maybe, I don't know, 6-7 car lengths. He has about a 0.4 second gap, maybe a half a second gap now for that for the first 2 guys. Third and fourth place, those guys are still nose to tail.
The white flag is out now, so it's basically just a test session to see what's line's going to work for you in the feature. And that's pretty much all it's been in this B main, as checker flag is coming out for Rico Rolls. Aiden Purdue is going to get close to him, but not close enough. He'll finish second. Mason Inman, Ryan Colthew, Trent Cameron, Ethan Yu, Manny Urish will pick up your 7 finishing cars. Alex Rupert, Isaac Soares, Brian Hughes, Kobe Akari will round out your field. Well, Jake, it is going to be feature time here in a minute, and it doesn't look like they are going to do much track rework, so the driver's going to go out, burn this off a little bit, and yeah, we'll see. We shouldn't be too long, I think. They only have a 7-minute clock up for the drivers to go out there and try and burn this track off. And while we do that, see here, maybe, yeah, well, let's give you your A main lineup here real quick, and start from the back to the front here, as we have 17 cars that'll make your call here tonight for the feature event. Starting 17 to be Kobe Akari, 16 to be Bruce. Isaac Soares will be rolling off in the 15th spot. Alex Rupert will be starting 14th. 13th will be Manny Urish. 12th will be Ethan Yu. 11th will be Trent Cameron, and starting in the 10th spot will be Ryan Ryan. Make sure I got that right there. Yep, Ryan Kaluku. Rolling off in the 9th spot will be Mason Inman. 8th will be Aiden Purdue. Rolling off in the 7th spot, Rico Rolls. Darren Stark starting in the 6th spot. 5th will be Austin Piper. Starting 4th tonight will be Trent Wall. Starting in the 3rd spot will be Craig Silvey. In the 2nd spot will be Cody Parmalee. And your pole sitter for tonight here for 35 laps at the Cedar Lake Speedway will be the 41 of Logan Rumsey. 35 laps of distance here tonight, and we should be expecting another fantastic race. If you have anything like it was like at Kokomo last week, I think it should be a lot of fun. I definitely want to see how the track is going to play out. You see there's the bomb starting to blacken up a little bit there, but there's a lot of grip on the high side. It looks like they're going to get ready to move on with this session here right now. Yeah, so we're going to get ready to go some midget racing here, Jake.
Yeah, just absolutely. Just a really quick burn off. Get those guys, make sure that they got their setups in, and do about 2 minutes worth of little hot laps. And here we go. 17 machines. They get the call to the starting line. A lot of guys had to go home, so those guys will sit on the sidelines and watch. But man, sometimes just making it to the A main in these league races, as extremely good as these iRatings are, ridiculous, man. Kind of a 6,000, we got another 6,000, we got multiples over 5,000, everyone's above a 3,000. I mean, that's an absolutely extremely high iRating room here.
Absolutely, and that's the beautiful thing about not only the Paquet Photography Midget Championship Series, also what we get, a lot of these guys run with us on the Apex Autoglass and Team 410 Sprint Car Championship, and also with the brand new 360 series that the Apex guys, for Motorsports guys, have put together. So a very, very diverse field. A lot of these guys do run weekly with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series iRacing Series. So this is kind of like just a warm-up for them, kind of go out, test a couple things for their Monday night shows, as the field is starting to make their way out here tonight. So as they'll get behind the pace truck here, I'm very interested to see, Jake, what the track is going to be able to do. You know, Cedar Lake has been known for getting very dark, very slick. Bottom side, I think, is going to be probably key for a little bit there, but we've been seeing the top side starting to come in there, a little bit of momentum, but it's just not quite cleaned off yet, I think. We'll see what happens as we get in this feature event.
Yeah, I think the high side might be the just straight up raw speed up there, but you know, if everyone starts working their way up there, if one guy taps that wall, it's gonna stack up that entire line. So if you can make your car work down there on the bottom side, if you're back there in the 10th spot or so, I would definitely kind of be interested down to the bottom side just so we can try to avoid some chaos. But as a field is set, here we go. A-main racing time, 35 laps is your scheduled distance. Logan's gonna stand on the skinny pedal and we're gonna shimmy a shive down into turn number 1 as Logan Rumsey tries to slide it there to the middle side. Cody's gonna hold on to P2 as everyone thunders down into turns 3 and 4.
So Logan Rumsey will take the early lead over Cody Parmalee. We're 3 wide down the back straightaway there. That's Craig Silvey, Trent Wall, and Austin Piper. That'll be Trent Wall taking up in the 3rd spot there. He's going to try and close in on Cody Parmalee. Now Parmalee's on the back bumper of Logan Rumsey. And now Wall's up on the high side. Going to try and hustle it around so we complete lap number 2.
3 wide, multiple rows deep, side by side, multiple rows deep as they work their way down the back chute and wheel and deal back down in turns number 3. It's still all Logan. Cody, that's going to be your top 2. We're side by side for the 3rd spot. Side by side for the 5th and 6th spot now. As a whole field's just trying to take a deep breath, trying to get settled in, trying to jockey for position. Lap number 4, 35, still got plenty of racing to go.
So Logan Rumsey leads over Cody Parmalee. Now is that battle for 2nd and 3rd starting to heat up a little bit now. Rumsey pulls away from Parmalee a little bit. Now Trent Wall and Darren Stark, they're there. And also Austin Piper, they're up there. Boy, anyone can still win this race yet. But top 2 are starting to break away because here comes Rumsey and Parmalee. Now Parmalee will lead the last lap as Rumsey will get in 2nd. Now they'll slide each other again going in turns 1 and 2. Back down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Rumsey might lead the lap. No, Parmalee will.
Parmalee is down on the bottom side. Rumsey up there on the high side in that number 441 machine as they drag race down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4 once again. Parmalee doing an extremely good job kind of running that bottom side, keeping that 41 machine out there next to the outside wall. But here comes a massive run for Logan Rumsey. Back to the race lead for that number 41 machine as he looks out at turn 4 and coming across the race line. We work lap 9 of 35.
Logan Rumsey, he found the high side, and now everyone's going to go up there and see what happened. Parmalee did everything he could to try and make the bottom work. I don't know if he might have to get down by the Ute tire, see if it'll happen again, but it looks like right now that high side up around the cushion is where to be as Logan Rumsey leads lap number 10.
Logan and Cody, they're absolutely matching each other's lap time, but a little bit farther back in the field. We'll see what's happening back here. Mason Inman, he's back there in the 11th spot. It's an absolute rat's nest back here. 9th place on back. First caution out there on the racetrack on lap number 11. Isaac being shown like he is out of this race right now, and he is stuck on the infield grass. Looks like he is broke. That machine is broken, trying to hit the gas pedal, but not going absolutely anywhere.
Yeah, you didn't even have to say his name right now, Jake, and Isaac has some problems. So a tough night for Isaac Stores. Looks like he just got a little bit too low there on the bottom side going in turn 3 and 4 and might have just hit the Ute tire. And yeah, that's exactly what happened there. Yeah, it looks like it just went in there. Or I wonder if his steering wheel might have disconnected because that thing just turned dead right. It doesn't even look like he hit the Ute tire. That thing just turned dead to the left, I should say.
Yeah, kind of watching on the replay right now. His steering wheel's completely locked all the way to the left. Even when he came to a stop, there's no twitch whatsoever. That steering wheel is straight up locked all the way to the left. So if I had a bet, I would say that he had some equipment failure right there for that number 2 machine. So the first car out of this race, 16 machines still left. Only lap 12 of 35. Caution laps, they will not count. We're 3 minutes and 49 seconds into this A-main show, and right now it's all Logan and Cody as they just keep swapping for that top spot.
Deal gets ready to come back down. They're still behind the iRacing Silverado pace truck, and it'll get about 1,000 horsepower here to get off the track. So it'll be Logan Rumsey, Cody Parmalee, Trent Wall, Darren Stark, Austin Piper, Craig Silvey, Aiden Perdue, Ryan Colthew, and Ethan Yu. That makes up the top 9. Trent Cameron's 10th, back to green.
Trent Wall he started in the inside of that second row, trying to capture that second spot as Parmalee tries to work the outside. Now he has to battle it out. He's going to try to get around, and he does. So Parmalee gets back to his second spot. Rumsey is our race leader, but all sorts of crazy racing. 5th place on back as we look on Austin Piper. He works this bottom side as everyone's clipping the inside tractor tires right now, but Piper running some really good lap times down there to the inside tractor tires as he rounds out the top 5.
Yeah, but it seems like that bottom line's getting really slow. The top side seems to be the fastest way around here. As you take a look at Cody Parmalee, he's got Trent Wall all over his back bumper. He's going back down into turns 1 and 2 again. They're going to try and get up on Logan Rumsey. Rumsey goes down, trying to bomb. He's going to try and apex the corner. See if that does anything for him. Ooh, it looks like he pulled away a little bit there from Cody Parmalee. Trent Wall still running in that 3rd spot.
The race leader of Rumsey just running the absolutely fastest lap times. He ran a 14.5. Parmalee ran a 14.6. Coming across the race line, another 14.5 for the race leader. But Parmalee beats him out just by a slight bit, though. So that second place machine of Cody, he still has plenty of speed in that thing. And Trent Wall doing a really good job there. They're in 3rd spot.
Absolutely, Trent Wall with a very nice run so far there. He's keeping pace with Parmalee, but right now everyone's trying to find a way to get around Logan Rumsey, who is starting to check out just a little bit. Last time at the line, it was just under a half a second. We'll check it this time at the line again. It is going to be at the, just a little bit closer to a half second now. So Logan just barely pulls away from Cody Parmalee as we take the top 4 has separate themselves now. Only battle there. Aiden Purdue just pulled a massive slider back there on Darren Stark. That is a battle for that 4th and 5th spot there, but everyone else is kind of checked out.
The hard charger of the night is Ethan Huey, the number 52 machine, moving up 7 spots, 1 spot shy of a top 5 right now. He works out bottom side. He wants no part of that outside wall. It looks like he's been down there to the inside line almost the entire night, running some pretty good lap times, a 14.7 last lap time, but still a little bit off from the race leader. But the hard charger moving up 6, maybe 7 spots now for that number 52 machine. Second guy that's the hard charger's Aiden Purdue, the guy that's just there to the outside of Ethan as we work lap number 23 of 35. We're still got all sorts of racing action all the way around this place, side by side, with mini rows deep, a big time slider there.
Austin Piper with a massive slider on Ethan Yu and Aiden Purdue there. He gets it back going again. So now Purdue and Yu are going to be battling each other. Again, that is a battle for the 5th and 6th spot. Remember, Ethan Yu come up from the 12th spot, had to run tonight's B main. But right now, we take a look back up at the front of the field with Logan Rumsey. They're still single file right now, but Cody Parmalee is trying to get that bottom side working, Jake, and he's closing in right now. That lead's starting to sink down a little bit. He's got about 2/10 of a second now as we got 10 laps to go.
In the middle of that backstretch, he had a 0.3 second lead. So here we go. It is crunch time now. You better find you a line, and you better find the fastest line you possibly can, because everybody is searching for grip out there. Trent Wall, he's doing a good job. Derek Stark, I think that guy may just need a caution, and he will be throwing his hat into the ring. 5th place on back a little bit. Oh, there we go. The caution is out for the 2nd time of the night. I believe that's exactly what the 55 machine needed. He was matching the top 3 drivers' lap times. Just needed that caution to get them all stacked back up. We'll see if he can capitalize on this yellow flag, but only 2 caution flags here in the first 28 laps.
I'm not complaining one bit. That is a fantastic thing. Manny Irish is the reason for the yellow. Let's go see what it was or what he did. Oh, one car flipped up top there. And yeah, he just had absolutely nowhere to go. That looked to be, I believe, let's scroll that back here. That was...
Might be Ryan in that number 35. Nope, someone else, number 5 machine. Oh yeah, then Ryan just had absolutely nowhere to go.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it looks like Ryan Altiu, he's the one that got up and over. And then it was Manny Urish that got into the back end of them, having nowhere to go. Looks like Alex Rupert will get charged with an EOL penalty, so he looks like he has a little bit of a doing in that. So I believe right now with inside 10 laps to go, we are going to go single file on this restart here. Now I'm kind of curious to see what's this going to do for Cody Parmalee. Is he going to have enough to get after Logan Rumsey in the last couple laps here? He's been running a very unique line. We'll see if that line's going to work out for him as they get back into some clean track, green flag back out.
If you want to get aggressive, now is the time to get aggressive. The first single file restart is off and underway as they wheel and deal down into turns number 3 and 4. There's not one preferred line. Everybody just kind of fanning out, but it's still Rumsey. Parmalee, that's still going to be your fastest cars right now. Trent Wall did a very good job as to hold on to that third spot, but Darren Stark, the guy that I say that needed the caution flag, he got it. He hasn't capitalized quite yet, but he's still all over the back bumper of the 54 machine as we are 5 laps to the checkered flag.
Handful of laps to go right now as it looks like Cody Parmalee's going to try and pull a slider on Rumsey. Did he show his nose too early? Not yet. So Rumsey will pull away with him. He's going to high side hustle it, going in turns 1 and 2 again. And right now Parmalee's going to try and get it. Round up again to pull up the sliders and go back into turns 3 and 4. Just not enough momentum. Rumsey's going to pull away from him.
Rumsey with Elite Performance Industries, and then Cody Parmalee, he's with M9. That's one guy out of the park. That's going to be Trent Wall. He climbed the outside wall, went into the pit area. Green flag is going to wave since he is way, way off the racetrack. So now move Darren Stark up to the 3rd spot. Ethan, the hard charger, up to the 4th spot in that 52 machine.
Have you ever seen anything so graceful? I've never seen somebody go out of the ballpark so graceful like that, like Trent Wall just did. That was incredible. 2 laps to go this time for Logan Rumsey. He's got it almost sealed up right now. He's got a big lead right now. And Cody Parmalee is going to be trying. No, yellow is out.
Yellow flag on a wave for the 3rd time as a leader had a massive lead, over a 2nd lead down the back chute. And then the yellow, the dreaded yellow, waved. Just for the 3rd time here.
I hate to see it. You really hate to see it, but it's good to see only a 3 yellow race. It's kind of nice. An early night, knock on wood, hopefully. So we'll see what happens here as the field, I believe, they're going to get the one to go this time by. So Logan Rumsey got the yellow benefit him more than it seemed like it benefited Cody Parmalee. So it's going to be interesting to see on this restart here if this Parmalee does anything different. Is Rumsey going to be able to pull away from him? We're going to find out here pretty quick as looks like we're going to go one more time around. Yep, lights are still on the pace truck. So we'll go at least one more time around here at Sea Lake, but a great race so far tonight, Jake.
Absolutely. So 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. Those places are out. Only 12 machines out there on the raceway. So here we go. Can Rumsey close it out, or can Parmalee? Can he figure it out? Down the back chute into turns 3 and 4. They slowly roll. The base truck is just going to zoom off the Cedar Lake Speedway. We're lap 34 of 36. Green flag is out. Logan stands on the loud pedal, and we're racing for 2 laps.
Back down turns 1 and 2 again. Rumsey's going to slide on the high side. Parmalee tried to stick with him. He gets a little bit of run going down the back straightaway. They'll both go down the bottom side. They're going to slide all the way up to the wall. Parmalee might try and stick it down the bottom. He does. They're side by side. White flag is out. Who's going to get it?
Side by side down the back chute. Rumsey, a massive run, a very good corner, a very good exit into turns 3 and 4. Rumsey, the race leader, blocks a slider all the way down to the bottom side. Checkered flag is going to wave. The 41 machine is going to hold off. Cody Parmalee, Darren Stark, Ethan Huey, the hard charger here tonight, and Mason Inman rounding out the top 5 with just 3 caution flags and 37 laps. 13 minutes and 25 seconds is how long it took this Mac Daddy show, and what an incredible race. Racing action all the way around this racetrack, side by side, multiple rows deep, 3 wide, multiple rows deep. We had some pretty cool wrecks, some pretty cool flips. One guy went outside of the ballpark, but man, the top 2 guys, they were definitely the class of the field here tonight.
Absolutely. It was the Logan Rumsey and Cody Parmalee show here tonight. Darren Stark, a very nice run for him, but Ethan, you is going to be your hard charger here tonight as they're going to make their way on the podium there, the front stretch. He'll get unbuckled here, and we'll get a word with them in just a moment. But yeah, you mentioned it, Jared, Jake. A lot of good racing, 3, 4 wide races throughout the night. But once Rumsey got out the front there, Parmalee was right there towards the end of that race there, but just didn't have enough time. I think we have more cars on the track, a little more lap traffic. It could have been very interesting. But again, the midgets put on one heck of a show here tonight on Whiskey Oval.
Yeah, I mean Rumsey had the lead. Parmalee, he could toss the sliders and everything like that. He just could not hold on to it. And man, I think if he may have just had a caution flag just kind of fall his way, might would have helped him out quite a bit. But Darren Stark, he was up there in the top 3, top 5 the entire race. He moved up 3 spots. Ethan, he moved up +8 here in the Mac Daddy Show. He had a kind of a roller coaster night. Mason Inman, Aiden Purdue, Austin Piper. You had Manning Urish, Colby, and then Trent rounding out the top 10.
And let's get down here with your third place finisher tonight, Darren Stark. Darren, a good run for you here tonight, man. You know, it seemed like once Logan got to the front there, they were kind of gone. But I don't know if you really needed that late race yellow because it seemed like y'all were starting to close back in on them.
Yeah, our stuff started to come in. We found a line there late, but that caution was helpful and also not helpful. I felt like me and Cody were pretty fast. Just Logan was able to get the clean air and not make mistakes.
Absolutely, and that's the big thing about these midgets here. And the track itself, it really seemed to be, it seemed to get top dominant towards the end of that race there. You know, where at the start of the race here, middle was pretty good, but that top really seemed to be the fast line around most of the night.
Yeah, the track definitely had a lot of character tonight with the big curb in one, and then it kind of just turned into the wall. And I thought the bottom was going to come in there late, and it kind of did there a little bit, but it not as much as I thought it would. But track was pretty good this weekend.
You got to thank for your third place run tonight.
Uh, Cody Parmley, Ethan Yu, and Trevor Meyer for the opportunity to be on M9. Trent Pullman Designs, and everybody involved with that.
There's third place finisher Darren Stark here tonight, and we'll go get your second place finisher Cody Parmalee. Cody, you gave it everything you had there towards the end of that race. There, you were closing in on Logan until that last yell there, but it seemed like once he got out front there, it was just on the restart there wasn't too much you could do there.
Yeah, I tried to give it my all. I tried to run the bottom and try to just follow him as much as I could until he made a mistake. But it's Logan; he hardly ever makes a mistake. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, sorry. You know, it seemed like the last lap there, he blocked the slider on you there, tried to pull the slider there. But you found the looks like your middle of the race there. The middle was pretty much your best line. You could get around Logan, but it just seemed like that top one just pretty dominant then around the top.
yeah, it was top 1 and 2 for sure. But I started figuring out the middle and 3 and 4, middle to bottom, and it was kind of working. I almost got around him in the beginning, but he just figured something out up top.
Who do you got to thank for your second place run tonight?
I'd like to thank M9 Setups, Trent Pullman Designs, 129 Sim Sports, KC Prime Cuts, Two Fellas Moving Company, The Edgy Neighbor, Isaac Soares, Trevor Meyer, Timothy Smith, and my good buddy Ethan Yui for all the setup help.
And there he is, your second place runner tonight, Cody Parmalee. And we'll bring in your winner here tonight at the Cedar Lake Speedway, Logan Rumsey. Logan, it seems like you're really starting to find your groove here with this midget stuff, man. Yeah, another win here. Congratulations on a big win here tonight at Cedar Lake. And it seemed like once you got out front, as you said multiple time and time again, you're out front, you're gone.
Yeah, thank you. That track was definitely really technical. There was a lot of different lines that were fast. I didn't really know where to run the whole race. Cody was staying right there. I think we were running different lines the whole race, and he was just right there. So it had me confused the whole race. And a couple like 10 to go there, I started to figure something out. I was started to pull away. Then we had that yellow with 2 to go, and just really messed me up. I couldn't run the line I was running because he was gonna slide me. So I just had to protect the last 2 laps, and we barely got it done.
Absolutely. And, it seemed like that last lap there, the last couple of yellows there, or or before the very last yellow, it seemed like they were trying to close in on you there, but then you found something on the restart. What did you find in that last restart there, or second last restart, I should say?
I was just trying to find the line that I could run most consistent because I started to realize me and Cody were really inconsistent, running fives, sixes, like all over the place, and I started hitting sevens every lap, so I knew that was the place to be.
Who do you got to thank for your win tonight, man?
Yeah, just Preston Latimus for helping me or spot me here tonight, and just everyone to put up the league, and you guys for broadcasting it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight at Cedar Lake, Logan Rumsey. Well, Jake, that's going to do it for us down here, and another fantastic night of the Paquet Photography Midget Series, and by Jake Swanson Shocks, and also Elite Performance Industries as well. A fantastic night of racing here at Cedar Lake.
Yeah, absolutely. M9 Setups, a proud sponsor as well. But man, just Ramsey, my heart would have just sank down the back chute, a lap and a half to go, coming to the white flag, and then the caution is going to wave. And man, Parmley gave it one last good effort into turns 1 and 2, but man, quite couldn't get him clear there.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing that Cody said is, you're trying to wait for Logan to make a mistake. Well, he's Logan Rumsey. On iRacing, he doesn't make mistakes. He's one of the best iRacers out there, and it's so privileged to have him in here with us, running with the Paquet Midget Series here tonight. And yeah, it's definitely he's gonna be a force to reckon with, I think. Over on the Apex Auto Gloss Team 410 Sprint Car Championships, it is the Tyler Shell and show over there, but I think this might be turned into the Logan Rumsey show on the midget side of things.
Man, the midgets are just a completely different animal. I mean, it doesn't really, you can't really transfer the 360s skills over here to the midget, to these midget cars. It's just a completely different animal with these things, and man, it just takes so much practice. But man, once you can get a fun, clean league like the Firm Motorsports, lots of green flags, 36 laps, only 3 cautions waived. I mean, man, these things are an absolute blast to drive and race.
Absolutely, and they put on some fantastic racing, especially a place so wide here tonight, like Cedar Lake was. It was a very as I said, a wide track, and you could set the car anywhere for most of the race here. And towards the end there, top side was a little bit dominant there, but the bottom you still could run down the bottom down by the tractor tires. There was still just enough down there that made a fantastic racetrack. It's one of the best on the service.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm absolutely a massive fan here at Cedar Lake Speedway, but over 20 machines entered in here tonight. Only 17 got the privilege to run here on the Mac Daddy Show, and man, they did not disappoint here on Whiskoville_TV, live on Facebook, YouTube, and now Twitch. Got that Twitch channel up and going, but the final results up there on your screen one last time. It's going to be Logan is going to be tonight's A-main winner. Cody second, Darren third, Ethan Hardcharger P4, Mason Inman rounding out the top 5, and that's going to do it here tonight. Till next Tuesday at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. We'll be back live. If you guys like to join this stuff, go check out the Firm Motorsports Squad there on Facebook. Shoot them a message. Tell them Whiskey Oval sent you. If you guys can't find them, you can always shoot me a message. We'll try to get you guys hooked up. Or if you just need a league to race in, I got about 20 different leagues that I can probably get you in. So always shoot me a message if you guys are looking. But that's going to do it here tonight. And Bert, appreciate it, man. Next week, we'll give it another go.
Sounds good. Always a pleasure. And we'll hopefully have Jake. It's a pleasure to work with you. And hopefully next week we'll have Drake York back with us as well. And got some more shenanigans here at the Paquet Photography Midget Series.
Absolutely. Until then, everyone take care. Stay safe. Enjoy your work week. Hopefully you guys watch some racing this weekend or go to a racetrack, to one of your local racetracks, and support that. Till next time, everybody, take care and stay safe.